Hi everyone, welcome to Harsha Trainings. So today I have come up with video on inventory management system in Appian. Today we are going to discuss what is CDT, so what is primitive data types and how to create CDTs. Let us move on to first session.
So this is, I know if you already know about it, right? This is the Appian development environment where we do the development, right? And I started with one of the use cases that is called inventory management system, where we wanted to, place some orders to the company's inventory system, and then get some, like copy, pen, pencil. If I want to get it, I need to get an approval from the manager and all, right? So it has a basically approval process. So we thought about to have this inventory management system. So this is how we all create the applications in this window. Yeah, this is the inventory management system, this application package that I created, right? And then we decided, okay, so for each in why do we create an application folder? Do you know that?
No, I don't know. I only know practical part.
Yeah, okay. So this application package, right? This you can see this all there are like around 12. Oh, 1 second, sorry, is calling. All right, so this you see there are 12 items, right? So it means there are 12 applications. These all are 12 different applications. All right. So as we thought about the having the inventory management system, so we created our own application package. So it's very simple. You just go and create a new application, and then you have to give the name and the description of your application, and then it will create the application folder for you. So why we are creating this one? Because whatever objects we will need to create, right, for our application, we want to make it as a within one application package. Otherwise you have to go and search for entirely the throughout of the application, right? Where is the my object? So just to collect all objects in one folder, or you can say one package, we are creating this application. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So inside whatever objects we will create for our inventory solution, right? We will be creating inside this package. So how do we go inside this package? This is nothing but the back button. You click on back, you will come to this application window, and if you click in the name of your application package, you will get inside this thing. Okay. Now in our application, during our application, right, we also have to create different type of objects, right? So mostly we will have expression rules, we will have constants, we will have interfaces, right? So what we have done, we have created one folder called all rules. If you go to here and then create folder, from here you can create a folder. So this is the all rule folders, right? And inside this folder we have created 3 more folders. So interface rules, constant rules, expression rules. So if we are going to create expressions, we will keep inside this expression rules. If you are going to create any constant, we will keep inside this one. Same like for interfaces, we will uh, keep those interfaces rules inside this folder. Okay. Now what is the group? This is very important to our application to make it secure, right? So to give the security, so no one else can use this application, right? We should be adding security to our applications. All right. Now in Appian there are two kinds of securities. One security is that you provide on your application level, like outside of your organization, some other people or some other group in the same organization, some other group of people should not be able to see it, right? So that is the application level security. They should not be able to modify, delete, something like that if you want to do it. Now second level of interface is that if you want to put some security on your functionality, like like the approval process, that should not be done by your any employee, regular employee. That should be done only for the manager. So those kind of security you can put on your application level, functionality level as well. So right now, whatever application we have created, right, we need to secure this application. As we are system administrator, we can definitely go and open any application, we can check any application, right? But as a basic user, you should not be allowed to go and open any of your folder, any of your rules and all, right? So what we do, at a minimum we need two groups. So what we will do, we will create two groups, IMS all users and IMS administration. So this IMS, you see this, we are following this naming convention as IMS, right? It's nothing but a short for alias name of inventory management system. So IMS, okay. So we create two groups, IMS all users and IMS administrator, where all user will be the parent group and administrator will be the child of this one, but as a separate group, right? So what we do, if you go back to this application, you select this application and then check the security, you will see that we always give the IMS administrator as an administrator access and then IMS all user as a viewer access. Okay. So this is the minimum security that we provide to all our objects. So we have given the security to our application folder. I mean the entire application package. If you go to the this parent folder, if you select this one and see security, I am given this as well. IMS administrator as administrator and IMS all user as a viewer role. So what is the difference between administrator and viewer? So viewer role can view the objects, can see the objects, can do some check everything, but they cannot delete and edit it. But as an administrator, they can do anything. They can even, if they want, they can go and they can delete the object. They can want, if they want to edit something, they can edit the objects. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to add users in within this groups. So as I have, if you see this group has been created, I'm going to add the members. So right now I'm going to add a member myself. So I have added myself as an administrator. But if you see this IMS administrator is a child group of the IMS all users. If we go to the all users, you will see that this user has been already added here. Why this is added? Because I have added this within this subgroup IMS administrator, and in this group we have this user. So that's why in IMS all user you will be able to see this users. Now you can see it's mentioning indirect. It means I have not added this user in all user group directly, but I have used it. I mean it's coming here through this administrator group. That's why it says indirect. Okay. So this is how whatever group we create, we need to add that group within this IMS all user group. So at least they will have the viewer role. Okay. Any question? Any doubt?
Yes, I have some confusion about the parents group and parents and child relation. Which one folder we make parents and which one folder we
See,
make child?
the security you are asking.
Yeah.
See, at a minimum, we need to provide viewer role at least to the user. Like suppose I want to give you the viewer access to my application, right? I will I will put you within this IMS all users group. So you will have the viewer access. Okay.
Okay.
So any other group you will create, like IMS administrator, I have, suppose I will have IMS manager, IMS like anything, right? They will have different access, right? But at least they need to have a viewer role. So what I will do, all these other groups will be the part of IMS all users. So it's the name suggests, right? IMS all users. So in this, all groups will be come under this folder. So at least what will happen by that doing that, at least they will have the minimum role as a viewer,
Okay. Okay. Fine.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And separately we are giving this as an administrator. So like suppose I'm giving this folder, right? I mean this user, like suppose how can I explain you? Suppose there is one more user, right? So says person X, right? That person X is not available in this group. Okay, in IMS
Okay.
administrator, but I will add that person in here as a IMS all user. So you tell me
Okay.
what is the access he will have, viewer or administrator?
Both.
No,
Yeah, all users are administrator as well
they
viewer
have
also.
no, they have the administrator. It means whatever users are there in administrator, they will have the viewer role. It doesn't mean that whatever users we will add here, they will have the administrator role.
Okay.
You are getting a point.
Yeah.
If I am suppose I am also adding one more group which has the editor role. If I add that group here, it means that all those users belongs to that group will have the viewer role, but it doesn't like the all the users present within this one will have the editor role. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay, so if I use as a user person X directly here, then that user will have the viewer access but not the administrator access. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. So we also created these folders. I mean the IMS all rules, and if you see the security, we have given the securities just like that. So IMS administrator has the administrator, and all user has the viewer role. So what will happen by doing so? IMS administrator have two roles now. It also have the viewer role and administrator role. Why? Because this is a part of this all user, and this all user has a viewer role. So administrator will have two roles now. It can also as a viewer, and it can also be as an administrator. Okay. Now if you see open this folder, let me open this folder, you see all these three subfolders are here, right? And we do not set security for the subfolders because these folders can inherit the security from the parent. So if you select this and select the security, you see it will have the same security, but you cannot edit it. Why? Because it is inheriting the security from the parent. If you don't want to inherit, you can uncheck it, then you have to manually select the security. So that is what I mean. We should not be creating objects with individual security. So that's why what we do, we always took this inherent security from the parent. So for each object we don't have to set it. So all these three folders are inheriting the security from the parent folder, that is IMS all roles. If I make any changes to this security to this parent folder, that will be reflecting in all three. So this is how we create the folders. So these are the folder structures. We talk about how to create an application package and what is the use of application package. So basically, I mean, we collect all those information in all those objects into collectively at one place. We create this application package, and then we talk about the groups. So why do we need groups? Groups are needed for the security purpose. So I want to secure my application. So at a minimum, we need two levels of groups. One is the viewer and one is the administrator. So we create IMS all users group as a parent, which will have the viewer role, and administrator which will have the admin role. Now we will be creating multiple objects in our applications like constant, expression rules, and interfaces. So to separate it, we created three folders, and we store all those objects according to that, like expressions in the expression rules, constant in the consequence folder, and like this we will storing the rules. So this is all about the initial thing. How do we create an application package? How do we create an groups, and how do we create folders? All right. Now
Yes.
we decided to have this inventory. Oh, any question?
No. 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 Thank you.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So we decided to have go with this administration. This uh, inventory management system. So we thought about, if you are going to design any application, the first thing is that you have to decide is the data model, right? What is the data, from where you need the data, what is the quality of data, how you use, how you're going to use that data and all, right? So that is what we need to decide. So as we thought, right, inventory management system, what we need to do, like suppose if you are going to have an inventory management system application, so what you need to do, first of all, you have to think, right, from where we will pull the data. So there should be at some place there should be some data which will tell you what are the inventories are available, right, from where you want to make some order. So you need to know, okay, this pen are available or not, these pencils are available or not, copies are there or not, notebook is there or not, right? So to do so, we need to have one IMS inventory table. So in this IMS inventory table, there we should be having some attributes, like we have to have integer, item name, item quantity, description, item type, item price, and is available. These are all the things that we decided to have it. So if you go to the the second shoot of the Appian, this is the designer Appian suite where we do the development. The second shoot is that cloud database. So if you go to the cloud database, you will be seeing it's a structure here, and I have already created one table. I'll show you how to create the table. We will see that how to create a table, and we need it. So IMS inventory. So what we did, we created this table. If you go to the structure, so we have ID, item name, description, item quantity, item price, type, and is available. Okay, so these are the things we already have. this column structure. So let's go and put some information in this table. Let's go and do some insert. So suppose item name, I want to have the first item as called pen, blue color pen, and then item quantity, suppose in my inventory I have this 500 pieces are available. Item price, like suppose I have putting 25 rupees for an item type. What we decided for item type, what we have this item type, okay, let's see, I'll say blue, okay, and then is available is one, like, and then we have, let's have one more pen, no, not ID, pen, I'll say comes with black ink, quantity, suppose I have 300 pieces, item price I'll say 30 rupees, item else type I'll say black, it's a black, is available to, let's go and click on go. So now if I go to the browse, we see there two items are available now. Okay, let's put some more items. So I'll say copy white copy, full size, something, item quantity, suppose I have 400 pieces are available, item price let's say 50 rupees, item type I'll say plain copy, it's a plain, there's available one, and then I'll say next is a copy, I'll say ruler copy, item quantity I say I have like 250 pieces available. One second, guys. Okay, item price I'll say 35 rupees. Item type is um, lining copy, is available one. Say and then we have copy pen. Let's say we have pencil. The good quality of pencil. Item quantity, suppose we have 600 pieces available. Item price will say 15 rupees. Item type is a black and is available one. And then we have say notebook, medium size white notebook. Item quantity, suppose I have this one 500 pieces are, prices is like 40 rupees. Item type is medium size, is available one. And any item, guys, you can think of eraser, small eraser. Okay, and then I'll say item I have this one as 100 piece. Item price I'll say 10 rupees. Eraser, is available one, and that's all. Let's click on go. So if I go here and then see all these items are added to my bucket. So this is what we have the data available within the database, right? Now what we need to do, we need to pull this information to our interface level, and then we need to display, okay, these are the items are available, what you want to order. Okay, so any question till now here?
No, no, I know these things. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I see another person, I guess someone has joined, right?
Yes, yes. Good morning.
Morning. Oh, you already joined, you have the first session, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So I just initially I just discussed that part, how what is the application package, what are the groups and all, right? And then I was just
Mhm.
discussing about this table, and then we inserted the data within it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
you can go through the recordings, you will be able to see that. Okay, so this is what we created the table, and then we inserted some of the information here, right? But now we when we try to get that information to the Appian level, when the designer level, right, we should be having something, some variable which can hold that information, right? So that information has some type, right? That has a some type where it has multiple parameters, where we say ID, item name, quantity, these all the things are there, right? So this had, so in Appian also we need something which can hold that information, right? If I create a variable of type text, that is not going to be correct, right? Because the text will have can have the text value, but it will not be able to capture those all those values within the text variable. Okay, so here comes the concept of CDTs. So we CDTs are nothing but the custom data type. Okay, so all of you are from the background of IT, right? If you tell me what is the primitive data type.
Integer, float, character.
Correct, right? Like suppose the text हो गया, text and then integer, float, boolean, these all are the primitive data types. Okay, now when you collect all these different primitive data types in one, then it will become a CDT in Appian. That is called custom data type. Okay, any doubt? What is the custom data type?
No.
Okay,
No.
so this is basically a collective information you are gathering in one. Like in if I say you in if you talk about the natural language like Java and all, right? I say employee. So an employee can have multiple parameters like employee name, employee email, employee date of birth, email address, and all, right? So that we collectively gather all those information in one bucket in one package. So that in Appian is called custom data type. Now there are the various way of creating the custom data type in Appian. If you go to the so we need to go to the new and then click on data type. So this is the create a data type. All right. So there are multiple options are available. The first option is that create from the scratch. Okay. So we'll talk about how to create this data type, all of them. So first option is that create from scratch, and then second is the duplicate existing data type. Third is that create from database table or view, and then fourth is the import XST. So we'll try each one of them, and we'll see how to create all those objects or how to create those CDTs by using all these four options. Okay, now there are two couple of important fields that we need to provide. So namespaces to uniquely identify a data type. We have to provide this URL. This will be common to all of the data types. That is called a namespace, and then we are using our application alias name, that is IMS. So we can know, okay, this particular data type is being used by the IMS application and it is part of the IMS. And then obviously we have to give some name to the CDT. So like if we are going to create a CDT for our inventory, so we'll say inventory, right? IMS inventory. And then we can put some description, which is have a good idea, I mean good practice to do so. So you can, by reading the description, you can know, okay, this CDT is for what purpose. All right. So let's go and check, see one by one how to create a CDT. Like suppose if I want to create a CDT for our I'm just giving for example, I'm creating for this scratch. I'm saying IMS employee. All right, so IMS employee, this is CDT I'm going to create. I need to capture this information. So I'll say holds employee information structure. So this is not going to, this is going to be a type of the employee structure. We'll say create. So we are creating from the scratch. And then this is how it will look like in the window, and it will have the new fields. So I click on the new field. I'll say employee ID. Let's have this one as a text, because it can have the, like, the combination of text and numbers. And then we have employee first name. This is also going to be a text. We can have last name. This is also going to be text. And then we can have date of birth. Let's have this as a date. Then we can have email. This is also going to be a type text. And then we can have address. Again, it's going to be a type text. And let's say we have mobile. So if you put mobile number as a number integer, it won't take, because it's a 10 characters long, right? And there's a limit of this number integer. So we put mobile number as a text. And then let's say is active. Is the employee is active or not? So I'll say is a boolean. All right. So this is how we create and save the changes. This is how we create this employee CDT, where we can capture all this information to collectively collect all those information regarding the employee at one place. Okay. So this is how we can create it from the scratch. Now there's a second option is available, that is called duplicate the existing data type. Now if you say duplicate the existing data type, you just have to provide the name of the existing one. Like say we have just created one IMS employee. If I select this one, it will just take create a replica of this CDT, and then you just give the new name, like say IMS employee 1, and then say create. Now you see this new CDT has been created, employee and employee 1. This is just a replica of this particular existing CDT. Okay. Now there's a we'll talk about the third option. Then there's a like called fourth option, import the x60 file. So how do we create a CDT using the x60 file, which is very minimal? Nobody can use using it, because we already have all of the good options are there. So x60 file, how it looks like, let me show you that first. So if you go here, open a CDT and download the XSD file. Okay. If I open this file, you see this is the structure of the CDT that we have. Now we have employee ID, first name, last name. Like suppose I want to add one more field, I'll just copy this element tag from start to beginning, and in between I'll just put it here. I'll say employee middle name. Okay, I have given this employee middle name, and then I just save this XST file, and then I come here. I'll say new, create new version from the XST. I select it. I'll upload the XST file. And then it says create new version. So as soon as I click on new version, I will be able to get this middle name as a new parameter here. So this is the fourth option. Now the common option that we are going to use a lot, right? I mean, in your application, you will be using this option a lot. Like we need to create the CDT from the database table or view, because we will needed to do the mapping from the database table, so we can read and write information from the database. Okay. So what we will do, we'll say create new data type, and then create from database table or view. So as soon as we create select this option database from view, it will ask what is the data source you want to create. So this is the Tomcat Java JDBC Appian data source, and what is the table? So our table name is the IMS underscore inventory. So we are getting this name table. This is the name of our table. So I selected this and say continue. As soon as I click on continue, what it will do, it will give you the entire columns available for you. All right. So we have to make some changes. So we'll put some in description. So holds the inventory table structure. Okay, and we'll do some changes. So this is the best practice that we follow. We'll always give the camel casing. So item name, item description, item quantity, item price, item type, and then is available. Okay, I'm not going to create any data store for now, just to because I want to show you how to create data store and all. I'll tell you what is the data store also. So I'm just, what I'm trying to do, I'm creating this CDT by using our table and view structure. So this is all we have it. We'll say create. So one changes that we have to make is that, if you see here, for the is available, if you remember, if we have given the tiny int in our database, right? But this should be Boolean. So once you create this one, you just have to come here and then change it to the Boolean. Boolean, and then say save changes. So now if you remember, in our table we have given this ID column as an primary key, so that is also gets mapped here. I can understand, okay, this is a primary key, so he has mapped this among this ID as a primary key. Now if you go to the and download this XST file, you will be see there will be a couple of differences. Now you see this is the employee XST, right? In this employee XST we do not have any JPA annotations for our column, I mean for our table and all, right? You have, these are called JPA annotations. So we have it for column, but we don't have it for the table and all, because there's no mapping. So if you come here and you will see here, right, it says at the rate of table, which means this CDT is mapped with a particular table. So it is giving here at the rate of table, and the table name is IMS inventory. Similarly, for ID, why it is ID? If you have a primary key in your table, so that will be this element will be defined as an at the rate of ID, so that Appian can understand this is a primary key in your table. Now, what is the generated value? This generated value tells that this is an auto increment as well. So in our table, if you go, you will see this ID is a primary key, and then it is also a auto increment. So these two JPA annotations have been used here, and all other fields we have mapped as a column and the name of the particular column. So this is all about the XST. Okay, so this is how we create these CDTs. So any questions, Neera, in this CDT? How do we create a CDT, and what is a CDT?
I have only one doubt. You first you take a small letter, and after that you take a capital letter. What is this in CDT?
That is, yeah, that is, name of the parameters, name of the fields that we are using, right? This item name. This is camel casing. This is how the Appian suggests to go with the name of your columns. So it's a best practice to be followed.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
So any doubt in how many ways we can create a CDT? What is a CDT and all?
No, I don't have any doubt.
Okay, I mean, I just created this employee CDT to let you guys know, I mean, how to create CDT. There is no, we are not going to use this one just for the training purpose. Okay, so we will be using this IMS inventory for sure, because we need to capture this information from database, and we also need to write the data information to the database. So we will be using this type a lot. Okay, so yes, yeah, I mean that would be all for today, because if I go more, it will be very confusing. So start building an application by yourself. I'll suggest, do not take the example of inventory management system. Let's go with this, like you go with the leave management system, right, or something else. Because if you go with this, practicing with the same thing what we are discussing, you will be ending up the copy paste the code while seeing the video. So try with some different application, think about it, and then try to build whatever we are doing, the same thing you try to do it there, but it's a different, I mean different application. Okay.
Okay.
So any doubt till today? I mean, any questions if you have for today's sessions?
No, I don't have any doubt.
All right then.